Growing up, I wasn't really taught Black history in school.
That's when you really sit down and realize I'm the only Black person in this 400 lecture class.
These students of color need to know what resources that they have here.
Students of color don't come on this campus thinking you're just the ethnicity or race you identify as. You're so much more than that.
It is okay to be different.
Yeah,
I think people
really
need to
is.
hear that it is okay
Yeah.
to not be like the other people that you're seeing.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Roundtable discussion for Black History Month. My name is Anitra Brown. I'm a 2015 graduate from the U of O, and I got a degree in sociology.
My name is Jasmine Jackson. I'm a second year here at the University of Oregon, and I'm a journalist major, and I'm glad to have a seat at the table.
Hi, my name is Drew Reed. I'm a senior at the University of Oregon. My major is general social science with emphasis in business. And I'm also very happy to have a seat at the table.
Hey y'all, my name is Trayvon Robinson. I'm a second year student here. Study Spanish and Latin American Studies, and I'm very happy to be here.
Hi everyone, Robin Wright, second year at the U of O. General science major, Spanish minor, and I'm very honored to have a seat here.
Thanks. My name is Ugo Chukwu Akabike. I'm a second year here at the U of O. I'm studying art and business, and I'm looking to minor in psychology.
We're happy that you have a seat at the table.
Glad to be here.
Me too.
Thank you.
With it being Black History Month, why do you think it's so important for us to know our history, especially our Black history?
Knowing our history, I feel like creates a sense of unity, especially I feel like that's something we need on a PWI, a predominantly white institution, just because we are the minority. And I feel like knowing our history, knowing our culture, like those who've come before us will actually kind of make us, how do I say this? Make us kind of appreciate where we came from and kind of notice how far we've made it since then and how far we can go even past that and how much we can make advancements in the future for whatever situations that we're in right now. So I feel like that sense of unity and sense of community that we can create now is gonna make an impact both in the present and what's gonna come in the future.
I think it's more just about awareness and knowing what needs to be done and what's being done right now, just so you are more respected when your voice is actually heard. And respecting the students before us and not letting their dream die, because they needed it then. We need it even more now, because like you said, times are of the essence. It's not the best times right now, so now is the time.
It's one thing to be aware and then not do anything and take action, or be non-vocal and silent about it. And then there's a totally different thing to be vocal about these issues you find to be a problem for not only yourself, but also perhaps other students of color who may not have the voice or maybe don't have it in them to say it or have the resources to vocalize these issues for Black students. And so in that way, I feel like we could continue some of the demands that the Black Student Task Force tried to push for and we're successful at, and just a kind of a continuation of that, but within our own unions that we're involved in, because I know that not all of us are in Black Student Task Force, but we have our own ways that we could make change. And I think that as a Black student, it's easy to forget that we could make a change. Yeah. So
And it just starts with one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts with one person.
Just as I hear you talk, I'm just thinking Black History Month, people making history, and you talking about how, all of our positions of power as students of color, all of the different things that we're involved with can really make a difference, and we have a say in what demands we see need to be met, what resources we need, what we deserve access to, and also being the 2% that make up the student body. It's very important that we preserve our history, and going off of the students of 68 or all the students before us, like you said, Trey, we have a way that we've come and so far to also go. But I mean, growing up, I didn't I realize now I wasn't really taught Black history in school. It was just from all the books that I read. And I think it's so important that we get in touch with our culture, and the fact that we have this month. I mean, I think it's important to always think about, but to be emphasized during Black History Month is very important, that we all are aware and that we all take action, and that we just do what we can to ultimately preserve that history and just keep making more history.
So what were your first reactions, like when you first got on campus, first week of school? What were your what were your reactions when you officially became a college student and started experiencing campus life?
I've been in private school my whole life, so I've never been with more than like 24 students in a class, maybe 30. In my college, maybe 50, maybe 40 was probably the max. So my first day here, it's nice seeing everyone crossing by, like, wow, there's a lot of people, that's fun. Like, you're walking by, a lot of beautiful people, so I'll always like, sightseeing, looking at people. I go into class though, and it's a 400 student lecture, right? And so, first of all, I don't know where to sit. So I'm like, the anxiety kicks in. It's like, where do I sit? Because, it's not assigned seating, or it's not just like 40 seats, it's 400 seats you choose from, right? And I don't get in there early because I'm thinking it's no big deal. There'll just be a seat. I just sit anywhere. So I have to like hop over people to try to find a seat. Then I sit down, and I'm in shock. In the whole class, I'm just looking up, looking around, like, wow, there's so many people. I don't even know what the teacher's talking about. I'm just shook on how many people are in here. And then I'm like, man, I should have picked somewhere else. That's a good spot over there. That's a good spot over there. Oh man, like, I don't know, right? And not only was it weird because there's so many people, that's when you really sit down and realize I'm the only Black person in this 400 lecture class, right? So then that sinks in too. I'm like, oh man. And then you see maybe 2 other Black people over there, and it's like, I picked the wrong seat because they're over there, I'm over here. They gotta like them, like, so I'm just, all these thoughts are in my head. And I had to breathe, like, okay, Drew, breathe in, breathe out. Like, cause I'm social, but I've never been in a situation where I was with that many people in a sit-down setting like that, and you don't know anybody, right? Because I'm a new student. And that was me for the whole first week. Like, after I'm calling my mom, like, you don't understand. And she was trying to prep me the whole time. Like, Drew, you're gonna be with a lot of people in class. Are you ready? It's like, yeah, it's fine. Like, we're learning like everyone else. But yeah, that was my first week of just like, breathe in, breathe out, exhale, inhale. And after that, you get adjusted, you find your communities like I did, BSU, BMA, and you talk about those situations that you go through, and they laugh at you and they say, it's fine, like I went through that too, this, that, and the other. And that really helps out too. And then as you go to those small community meetings, you start seeing them in your class, right? So now instead of being just you by yourself, you see, he's at BMA, let me say hi to him, or, I saw him at the rec when I was playing basketball, let me say hi to him. And it becomes a lot smaller the longer you're there. But that first week, this place was huge to me. I didn't know what to do. So I was, by far, the new kid experience hit me hard second time around. So that was my first week experience.
Definitely coming from a place like Long Beach where it's really diverse, and then coming here where it's more than 80% white. I feel like it wasn't a huge shock for me, just because, like, even though my community back home was diverse, like, I still had, like, my group of friends was, like, predominantly white. So I felt like coming here, I was fine with it, but I was still able to find my communities. And I feel like a huge part of that was through the CMAE, or the Center for Multicultural Academic Excellence. And all the advisors there, all the people there, it's like a family. Without the CMAE, I feel like I would be so lost if I came here without it.
I didn't really get the culture shock of having 200 other people in a class, because I usually sit in the front, so they're all behind me, and it's just me and the professor, or at least that's how it feels like. I felt like I was pretty prepped for school, but I will say this, I don't usually notice, or at least don't put too much emphasis on being the only Black person in a class or a school. I'm not entirely sure why that doesn't affect me. I've been going to Caucasian schools for a very long time, so that's probably why, you know. But it doesn't affect me like some of the other students, and it's just unfortunate that it does affect people in a large way. Like currently, I'm an RA in one of the off-campus dorms. There are 200, 250, maybe even 300 students there. Out of all of those 300 people, I am the only, not only black person, I'm the only black male. So a lot of how I present myself, how I speak, how I do anything is just filtered through my mind as, oh, you might be the only black person they not only see today, but maybe also the entire week, or maybe the next 2 weeks. Because sometimes I know I don't go to BMA every week, but there are several weeks when I don't see another black male or say hello to another black student. So if I know that's how it is for me, how is it for these people who aren't even seeking those people out, you know?
So what advice would you guys give to prospective students, maybe who are interested in U of O or who've already decided that this will be their home next year? What would be some key pieces of info that you would want to share with them?
Find your community. Try and find the people that you connect with the most, because those are the people that you're going to most likely stick with throughout your college career. And I feel like once you find that community, you're going to be so comfortable within it that that's going to be your support system, and those are going to be the people that are going to be there for you when you have those hard times, but also the people that praise you and are proud of you when you do make those achievements. So I think having that kind of shoulder to lean on is really essential, especially for us black students and students of color, just because sometimes we may not have that. So I think always having that community, always having that family is really beneficial for students when they come in, just so that right off the bat, you already have someone that, or at least one person, and then you can build on from there, someone who can relate to you and that you can talk about with your problems or whatnot. And it'll just take off so much stress. And yeah, I feel like that's the main advice that I would give for prospective students.
My advice would just be get involved, but also get involved with things that you really love. You never know what kind of opportunities you will have based off those opportunities that you get involved with. Through the CMA ARC, we had a class at the museum, and we were just making art, making some poetry. I didn't think that from that I'd be able to capitalize and now not only work at that museum, but have my own photography displayed at that museum. So photography is what I love now, and if I didn't get involved to that one random chance, I wouldn't be having such a great time. So get involved with things that you love, but also chase that free food, because it's not gonna last. Chase it.
Definitely finding your community, getting involved. Sometimes just throwing yourself out there, signing up for things that you really are interested in. And I think, not to be redundant, a thing that I would say or advise to prospective students is find yourself as well. And I think I definitely found myself through these communities that I got a part of. But definitely just listening to yourself, exploring your interests, taking a class that maybe isn't even your major, but something that you're really interested in. Just knowing who you are as a person, being secure with yourself, and also, being that light for another student, who, you show this self-confidence in yourself, you know who you are as a person, and you have all these people behind you that, love you and support you. It's just really important, so.
Yes, Robin, I love that advice.
I love it
Can I
too.
talk about that for a second?
Okay.
It is okay to be different.
Yeah.
I think people need to hear that it is okay
Yeah.
to not be like the other people that you're seeing, because they're trying to fit in with other people that they're seeing, right? I like that a lot.
I love that, the whole find yourself idea. I was literally going to piggyback off to you. Oh my goodness, I love that too. I would say for prospective students and just like students of color, don't come on this campus thinking you're just the ethnicity or race you identify as. You're so much more than that. And it's no greater feeling than to stunt and to show out and like expose yourself like, yo, like I'm more than just a Black student. I'm also this and this and this and this and this, and like to blow people away like that, and you're like, I'm not your average or what you probably perceive me to be, or this misconception, like inception. You know what I mean? Like so,
there
you know what I mean? So
just tell your family about all these different cultures that you learned about. It's enough. It's great to find your own community, but you don't have to stick within that community as well, or make your community whatever you want to make it. You know, but just there's opportunities for every type of community here, and there's no reason why you shouldn't ask questions, you know, or be involved in anything. Say hi to everyone you can, you know, just be involved. Don't be afraid to be different. Yeah, and focus too, because you're still in school. So
also don't feel like you have to answer like every question in regards to like the Black community, because don't feel like you have to be that token where you have to say this is what the Black experience is like, because it's different for everyone.
Yeah, I don't.
And also if people outside of the Black community truly want to educate themselves, they can find it. Like go and do that. Don't feel the obligation, because it takes so much energy, and then that just strips away from the time that you actually wanting to be here. And you're here for a different purpose, not here to explain your Blackness.
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa. Is that me? But yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Very true.
So thinking about the future, where do you see the university, or where would you like to see the university go in terms of supporting Black students? You know, prospective students in the next year, or looking at 5 years or even 10 years in the future?
It really starts at recruitment. It really starts before these students come to the school. Because, you know, you look at schools and you think, what does this school have to offer me? How can I benefit? How can I grow? Where can I find opportunities? And it's important that we, especially as Black students, feel like we have a place here, like we belong here, like they want us to come here, and that once we are here, we have access to the resources, the things that we need to get the most out of our college experience. And definitely agreeing with, you know, not seeing University of Oregon. Even before I came here, you know, it was hard. Just being recruited, it's like, I felt like, yeah, I would reach out and I would see what they had, but I think that it should be the other way. And as much as the university wants to, you know, promote and welcome diversity, it starts here. It starts with them coming up with these resources, them reaching out, truly, genuinely wanting more students of color to come to this university.
I just think about the fact that like so much like positivity can come out of like Black History Month, and it's not just about MLK, it's not just Malcolm X. Like there's so many big names that just go disregarded because people just have this skewed and very small lens on what that looks like. I think that's also important to like remind each other, or like not only reminding yourself, but reminding each other that like we're making change right now, and just from us having this conversation at this table, like who's doing that, you know?
Right.
So
this is a big deal. It definitely is. I mean, I'm only a few years older than you guys, but I'm so impressed. Like, you make me so proud to be an alum of this university, and to know that you're having this level of conversation on campus. I mean, that's amazing, because I don't feel, I mean, I was only here 3 years ago when I graduated, but we weren't getting this deep on this campus. But it brings me so much hope in knowing that this is the future and this is where we're heading, and it's okay to be in these spaces and to see so much pride and so much talent and smartness. You guys are amazing, so I'm just so thankful to like be in this space with you today and to learn from you, and that you're the future. So,
Black Power.
thank you. Yes.